So welcome, Insight Dialogue community friends, to the first of the 2024-25 season of our Sunday Sangha practices. So we'll be practicing on the first Sunday of the month between now and May 2025 with the theme of the guidelines and how they bring the Dharma alive. Our teachers today are the founding teacher of Insight Dialogue, Gregory Kramer, and Anita Bermont. So Anita has been practicing Insight Dialogue since the mid-90s when she and Greg were both residing in Portland, Oregon. And Anita calls Insight Dialogue her heart song practice. And she facilitates practice, she mentors new teachers, and she serves on several administrative teams through the Insight Dialogue community. So we're very fortunate to have Anita with us, coming from Portland, Oregon. And Gregory Kramer is the founder of the Insight Dialogue practice and Insight Dialogue community. He is coming to us from Orcas Island, where he and his family have made their home. And Greg started teaching the Dharma back in 1980 and developed Insight Dialogue throughout the 80s and 90s and started teaching ID, I think, 1995. So it's been an exciting period of growth, I think, for all of us in the Insight Dialogue community. And there's going to be a celebration at BCBS in the fall for 25 years of BCBS hosting Insight Dialogue retreats. So I think that's a lovely way to honor Greg and his contribution to the Dharma. We're going to, just to let you know, we are going to go into breakout rooms to practice. There will always be someone in the main room. So if you need some help, just press the leave button and come back and talk to me. I'll be here. And there will be, I'll put a link to offer Dana into the chat at the end of our practice today. So if you're inspired to offer some Dana to the Insight Dialogue community, there will be an opportunity for that at the end. Thank you for your attention, and I'll turn it over now to Greg and Anita. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good to see so many familiar faces here, some new friends. Some of us here today have been contemplating and practicing Insight Dialogue for decades. So again, thank you, Gregory, for bringing forth this relational Dhamma practice. And to all of the yogis and teachers that continue to bring life to these teachings. A special thank you to you, Nancy, for your host extraordinaire capacities, and to Jan Surrey and Jean Wu, also a big shout out for supporting this series year after year. So as Nancy mentioned, in this Sunday Sangha series, we'll be focusing with intention on how we know and experience the Dhamma through this very particular relational practice of Insight Dialogue. And the guidelines are meditation instructions, each one holding a seed of potential that inclines our minds and hearts towards release. Release from what potentially hinders and obstructs, one could say, a deeper happiness. And they are aligned with a path that offers freedom from suffering. And we come together in practice opportunities such as this to strengthen and nurture our capacity for the spontaneous arising of loving kindness and compassion to this ever-changing flux of experience we find ourselves in this lifetime. So today, Greg and I thought it would be beneficial to begin this series with an overview of the Insight Dialogue guidelines offered as a guided meditation. So that's what we'll begin right now. Each of the meditation instructions again, a doorway to access awakened qualities that liberate the mind and heart. And with that, perhaps we contribute to peace in a hurting world. So beginning with the pause, adjusting your posture if needed, a posture of receptivity, allowing a return to mindfulness, this awakening factor of mindfulness, again and again. Pausing long enough to experience the potency of each moment and each choice. Pausing long enough to break the spell of habit, a reprieve from clinging to what no longer serves. We can practice with an intention to strengthen and cultivate the habit of simply being here. And with the meditation instruction pause, there is an instant opportunity for relief from this clinging. Even saying this one word internally can offer a moment of cessation. Pause. What can be known in the spaciousness that cessation allows? Perhaps there can be a sense of generosity in pure presence. The gift of pausing out of immediate assumptions and the tendency to proliferate. This is a gift we offer to ourselves and others so we can see more clearly what is actually here. And in the return to mindfulness that the pause allows, awareness notices sense doors being touched. There's a simplicity to just this, noticing. And with the support of the guideline relax, we can get a taste of freedom from the reflexive grasping or pushing away of what is noticed upon contact. We can get a taste of freedom here and now, pausing, receiving, and allowing awareness to rest and not resist what is here. Relaxing the grip of fixed views what conditions the next moment can include more tranquility, collected and calmer mind and heart. With the meditation instruction relax, there's the opportunity for mindfulness to stabilize. The forward push to react can be met with more gentleness, a lighter touch. A more supple receptivity. Can we simply receive? When mind, heart, body are unified in this field of pause and relax, we're more inclined to remember our intentions, and remember the impersonal and transitory nature of reality. So even just now, noticing where tension may be held in the body, where the mind may be fixed, inviting the guideline relax to meet what is here with metta. Let's give it a moment. Can we know peace? Pause and relax. Receive and accept as best we can.
And as relax ripens, perhaps you can observe whether the awareness expands to saturate the entire body. See for yourself right now. Just as relax stabilizes the pause, relax also gives way to open. And just see for yourself. So mindfulness might be established internally. So you become aware of the sensing nature of the body-mind. What does internal mean right now? And what does it mean when mindfulness is established externally? Are there objects that you're aware of? The body, the space, any sense of out there or in here? So the guideline open points us towards not only the sensitivity of the pause, but its not self-nature. When mindfulness is established both internally and externally, see for yourself right now whether there's also sensing, experiencing of something unbounded by the body. See for yourself. So the guideline open can point to the wisdom of not self and the wisdom that knows the deep relatedness of this human experience. Even in individual meditation, the relational life is unfolding. Qualities that might be present that indicate this, a sensitivity even to this voice that you're hearing. To friendship on the path. So the guideline open, pointing towards a relational understanding of not only meditation, but of all the teachings. But when the mind is wide and open, even now, is there a sensitivity to the rising and vanishing of all phenomena? Again, see for yourself what happens when you step into this moment of emergence. the rising and vanishing of sensations in the body. And you place yourself with attuned to emergence at this tip of that rising and vanishing of sensations. You're invited right to the edge, the instant. And invited to the rising and vanishing edge of mind states, the shifting moods and fabrications of the heart. Attune to emergence. Attune, listen, sense. So right within this guideline, attuned to emergence, is the wisdom teaching of Anita, impermanence. And could that which is constantly changing possibly be a lasting, abiding self? Have a look. It's not theory, it's right here. It's attuning to it, listening to the rising and listening to the vanishing. Attuned to emergence carries the wisdom also of sunyata, emptiness. An empty knowing. See for yourself, here and now, attuned to emergence.
With the guideline, listen deeply. We are invited into a deep well of the awakening qualities of generosity and equanimity. So supported by pause, relax, open, attuned to emergence. The ground is fertile for wise attention and compassionate deep listening to be offered generously. And when we notice if we are distracted by internal dialogue, we practice release and open again. As practice deepens, what is received can be met with more equanimity. When mindfulness is stable, the quality of listening not as obscured by evaluations, assumptions, and judgments based on the past or projections into the future. And through the voice of another, speaking the truth, we may experience the preciousness of our shared human experience. There's the voice of another. What is spoken is heard, received. Perhaps wisdom naturally arising from shared meditative qualities. Again, care to return again and again to the generosity of pure presence, listening deeply, receiving, accepting as best we can. And allowing now awareness to rest upon the voice of the internal experience. Just now, in the silence that we'll share, can what is heard be met with kindness and gentleness? Nothing left out of the field. Generosity.
So the wisdom inherent in listening deeply that knows our sensitivity, our capacity to receive the world, may give rise to the wisdom of speak the truth. Speak the truth. The sense of action. Action conditioned by mindfulness. Action conditioned by the sensitivity of relax and listen deeply. So it's a moral action. Sense, even as you sit here now in silence, the conditions in your own body-mind in this moment that feel, that inhabit the wisdom of sila, the wisdom of morality. Speak the truth. How do you know the truth to be spoken when you actually are going to speak words? How do you know the truth? So ask yourself now, in silence even, what's true? sort of etching, a clarity of experience, even without words. It's like this right now. You're speaking the truth to yourself with mindfulness. It's like this right now. There's an authenticity with experience, not fooling yourself, allowing the wisdom of the Dhamma to touch you. It's like this right now. Speak the truth. A courage to see and say how things are. Imbued with the sense, not only of morality that creates safety, but of care, of love. See for yourself in this moment as you speak the truth. What's present of the wisdom of love, the wisdom of action. You bridge the gap from the unspeakable, the unnameable, from the rising and vanishing, from the emptiness, relationally open. All of that is without words. So sense into the wordlessness of all of it. Knowing the wordlessness, knowing the unspeakable quality. This too is wisdom. Beyond facts. And yet somehow we do speak words. We do act somehow with all the unknowing and unknowability of not only being human, but being human with other humans. Still, somehow, we speak the truth. It seems impossible, but we do it. Embedded in wisdom, guided by Dhamma, imbued with care, we speak the truth. We're going to invite you now to bring this same basic practice into actually speaking, actually listening, being in open with others in insight dialogue. we're doing so with a respect for your practice. So we're not going to offer separate guidelines, but we're inviting you to explore the wisdom aspect inherent in any or all of the guidelines, in your actual experience, in the moment you're with each other in practice. How do these guidelines and the meditative qualities they open, how does that invite me into the wisdom field? What does this reveal when I pause? What arises of the Dhamma, for example, or of a sense of how things are when I relax or open? Where's the wisdom here and now revealed by that? Sometimes it's very direct, like attuned to emergence, impermanence, done. But in experience, right? It's not just a thought. It's like living the wisdom quality. How is this true for any guideline that comes to your heart, to your mind, in the moment of practice, listening to your partners? And that's the truth to be spoken. Where's the wisdom now? How do the guidelines open me to that wisdom? And in addition to trusting you to tap into this moment of experience of the guidelines yourself and with your partners, we're also not going to separate it with listener, speaker being designated. You're invited in groups mostly of 4, some groups of 3. You're invited into the immediacy of the shared practice. So when you go to your rooms, you might just notice the silence, practice, pause, relax, open, join together with your partners, and whoever speaks, speaks. Just like that. Immediate insight dialogue, here and now. So I'll just recap and ring a bell and let you know that partway through, we will support you with ringing a bell, and a voice will come in and just help reestablish, reset your practice. You won't even need to leave your breakout room. So when you hear the bell, drop into the silence, know that a voice is coming to support your practice and invite you back into practice. With pause, where's the wisdom? Relax. Where's the wisdom? Open. Where's the wisdom? Attune to emergence. Where's the wisdom? Listen deeply. Where's the wisdom? Speak the truth. Where's the wisdom? Here and now, opened by the guidelines. Enjoy your practice.
Just taking a full minute now to settle into this configuration. Allowing what was shared should just settle into the heart, into the mind. We'll open the space now for large group practice. This is traditionally the time that we harvest any insights that may have arisen for you, speaking from your experience of the practice. Where is wisdom now? How are the guidelines supporting you to make wisdom accessible, the Dhamma accessible? No need to raise your hand if you want to speak into the space, just simply unmute. We welcome your sharing.
The mind is such a bad boy. I mean, it's like pausing into the, open spaciousness that pause enables. It's only just
what Amina was just saying about the dissolving and the dukkha and it's like looking at the human experience with some kind of clarity. And the very first thing when George spoke about, oh, my mind is so unruly, and it's like, yeah, that's right. So what's revealed is the unruly mind, like the pressure of the mind. And that too, I mean, you could just give that Pali language and it's like the Buddha would speak it. So just these multiple layers of wisdom.
Clinging to the wish for more time. And inviting you, Greg, now, if you would, be so kind as to close us with metta.
Thank you, Anita. In the moment of insight dialogue, with each word spoken, each word heard, and each moment of silence, there's a sense of joining together in the human experience. And so perhaps that same joining can be expanded outward, grounding from this moment in this body that hears these words, this body-mind, vibrates with the sound of a voice and the words spoken. A sense of us joining together as a practice community, so opening the awareness to include, well, perhaps everybody on your computer screen, but it's also a sense of, in this mind, there's an openness to all these beings practicing together and opening beyond, Perhaps from where you are, expanding outward in the space that you're in, filling the room, the awareness getting wide, opening, going beyond the walls, spreading outwards to the left and to the right, actually expanding, opening, and forward and to the rear, to all the unseen, and downwards through the earth, and upwards past the ceiling, opening to the sky, and beyond the sky, all the planets and stars, and beyond the edges of the universe, the edges of the known, and below, beyond the edges of the known, encompassing the entire earth, the entire planet, and all beings on the planet. May they all be encompassed, included in this field of loving, kind, patient awareness. May all these beings be safe. All beings who are suffering on this planet in war and loss, suffering in their own greed and tension and fear. May they all be safe and find peace. All beings in the entire universe, boundlessly above and below and all around, may all beings be safe. May all beings be free from suffering. No exceptions. No exceptions at all. Every type of being, every animal, insect, every human, every bird, every reptile, every kind of creature, known and unknown, is included in this field. And every type of consciousness. No exceptions. The awareness is boundlessly open, receiving all beings without exception. May all of these beings be free. Myself included, it's all the same, all together. May all beings be free. Humbly, I receive, allow, accept the loving kindness of every being and creature in return. I let that love into my heart. And I share the benefits of this meditation practice and all that we do together with everyone. May all beings benefit from our formal practice, from how we live our lives, from our care. May all beings, without exception, be free. May there be peace. May there be peace. May there be peace.